Hey everyone, Chimera45 here, finally back with more Dragon Ball Super reviews, and we're starting with episode 18. On episode 17, Goku finally got Whis to take him for training, and that's exactly where we pick off. Vegeta senses Whis' arrival and greets him and is pissed off to see that Goku is there, but has no choice but to accept it because Whis is the boss. So Whis tells Vegeta to get Goku settled into the area as Whis enjoys the snacks that Bulma sent with them. So Vegeta's showing Goku around, and they start doing what Goku assumes is the training by changing Lord Beerus's bed sheets while he's sleeping, and the trick is you can't wake him up. So Goku almost wakes him up a few times, but finally, when Beerus grabs Goku in his sleep, Vegeta tells Goku to raise Beerus up, and Goku does it, and Vegeta manages to change the sheets. And when they finally finish, Goku's like, "You've been doing this kind of training this whole time?" And Vegeta's like, "This isn't training, this is just chores." So we see Goku and Vegeta cleaning up around the world, chopping down grass and things like that, and Vegeta reveals that after they finish the chores, then they train, then they eat. So Goku gets excited. So they finally finish chopping down all the grass, and then Goku and Vegeta are greeted by Whis, and Whis gives Goku a new outfit to wear. It's pretty much the same thing, just without the turtle hermit symbols and all that. And they begin training. Whis' training involves lifting this really heavy block that you have to slip your arms through, and then you have to run around the planet while the path you're on is falling to pieces. Halfway through it, Whis teleports them in front of Beerus, who in his sleep sneezes, and they barely manage to avoid it and survive the attack, and Whis is impressed that they managed to do it. So after the whole day of training, Goku passes out in the bed, and Vegeta continues training because Vegeta doesn't want Goku to, surpass him. The Oracle Fish and Whis are talking about Goku and Vegeta, and the Oracle Fish is like, "Aren't you pushing them a little hard since they're not deities?" And Whis is like, "Nah, they can take it. They have to get a lot stronger in order to, fulfill their, I don't want to say fulfill their destiny, but reach their full potential is probably the best way to put it." So the next day, Whis has Goku and Vegeta fight him in a match, in a sparring match, and Vegeta's like, "This is the first time this has ever happened." And Goku is like, "Wait, after 6 months of training, you've never fought him? I guess you weren't ready for it." And Whis agrees, but he also says that neither of them are ready to fight him individually, but maybe together Whis could at least make it instructive. So Goku and Vegeta go at Whis, and Whis is just easily blocking them like they're nothing, revealing that Whis is way stronger than either of them ever gave him credit for, I guess. After training for a few minutes, he stops them and is like, "Okay, boys, let me tell you what you're doing wrong. You're both thinking before you fight. You have to just rely on your instincts, because if you rely on thinking before you act, that wastes valuable fighting time." And tells Vegeta that he's especially vulnerable to this because he's always thinking, trying to think 10 steps ahead of the fight, and tells him to just relax a little bit and just fight as it comes to you. So after Whis is done with lecturing them and telling them about having to stop thinking before fighting or moving, whatever you want to say, we cut to some unknown part of the galaxy where we see a Frieza ship, and the people inside are talking about how their empire is falling to pieces without Frieza being around. And then, before they can finish their conversation, a beam of light shoots by them, sending them careening through space. And we see a figure that looks like Whis and a figure that looks like Beerus floating in front of a planet. And the Beerus lookalike has the Whis lookalike destroy a planet. Apparently they're looking for something, but it wasn't in that planet, so they shoot off into the stars. And that's where the episode ends. Overall, an okay episode. It's just filler until the main event starts. And one reason why these reviews have been off for a while, actually over a month now, is because I was having a hard time finding them, finding the episodes online, but luckily I was able to find them now, so I can catch back up. And another thing, I wasn't really planning on reviewing this arc because it's not very good in my opinion, but it's better than I thought it would be so far, and the animation is a little touched up, I think. So it might not be as bad as I thought it was going to be. And plus what's going on in the current showing of the Japanese dub, this arc has to be covered. So yeah. Alright, so thank you all for watching my review of episode 18, and I will see you next time for my review of episode 19.